Alright, let's talk about the F-35, the jet everyone's obsessed with. From Hollywood movies to headlines around the world, this aircraft isn't just famous. It's a superstar in the skies. But what makes the F-35 so special? Why are countries lining up to buy it like it's the iPhone of fighter jets? Let's dive into the world of this flying beast and break down exactly what's going on under its hood. Or rather, its sleek, stealthy skin. A flying supercomputer. Here's the first thing that makes the F-35 different. It's not just an aircraft. It's basically a flying supercomputer. Most traditional jets are controlled mechanically with tons of manual switches. The F-35, it's digital. Everything from targeting to navigation is handled by advanced software systems. Pilots don't just fly it, they interact with it like it's Siri with wings. The cockpit is almost like a gaming setup. There's one big touchscreen instead of dozens of buttons. Pilots can tap, swipe, zoom, and customize their display like it's an iPad. That makes decision-making much faster and cleaner. And that's a big deal in combat, where seconds can mean life or death. Stealth mode. One of the biggest reasons the F-35 is in such high demand is stealth. This thing is designed to be invisible to radar, not just when it's sneaking around, all the time. Even its shape is meant to scatter radar signals, and its special coating absorbs them. Compared to older jets, it's like a ghost in the sky. Enemy radars? They might spot a bird before they spot the F-35. That means it can sneak into enemy territory, strike a target, and leave before anyone even realizes what just happened. And in modern warfare, that's a game changer. Eyes in all directions. Another key feature, the F-35 sees everything, and we mean everything. The jet comes with a sensor system called DAS, Distributed Aperture System. It uses 6 cameras placed around the jet to give the pilot a 360-degree view. Not just left, right, front, or back. Literally all directions, day or night. The coolest part? The pilot wears a futuristic helmet that lets them see through the plane. Yes, through the plane. When they look down, they don't see the jet floor, they see the ground beneath. It's like having X-ray vision. And that's not all. The jet's radar system, called the AN/APG-81, can track multiple air and ground targets at once. It scans miles ahead, follows moving targets, and even jams enemy radar. In short, the F-35 doesn't just fly through enemy airspace. It owns it. Multirole. A big reason countries love the F-35 is because it can do everything. Dogfights in the air? Check. Bombing enemy bases? Yep. Gathering secret info? That too. It's a multirole fighter, meaning it's built to handle several missions at once. Most countries would need to buy 3 or 4 different aircraft to match what one F-35 can do. That saves money in the long run, even though the jet itself is expensive up front. There are even different types of F-35S depending on who's flying them. The F-35A is the standard version used by the US Air Force. The F-35B can take off from short runways and land vertically like a helicopter, perfect for the Marines. And the F-35C is made for aircraft carriers, so it's customizable based on the mission. Constant connectivity. One of the most underrated features of the F-35 is its communication system. It doesn't just fly solo, it shares info with every friendly aircraft, ship, and ground unit around it. Imagine a giant group chat, but for war. The F-35 can send real-time updates about enemies, targets, and threats to everyone nearby. So even older jets or ground forces that don't have fancy sensors still get the benefits. This makes the entire military force more connected and more dangerous. And that kind of teamwork is exactly what modern militaries need. Wars today aren't just about firepower, they're about information. And the F-35 is basically the internet of the battlefield. The engine. Okay, let's talk about raw power. The F-35's engine is no joke. It's called the Pratt Whitney F135, and it's one of the most advanced jet engines ever made. It gives the jet over 40,000 pounds of thrust. That's more than enough to break the sound barrier. The F-35B, the version that can land vertically, uses a crazy system called the lift fan. When it wants to land like a helicopter, a giant fan under the fuselage spins up, and the engine nozzle tilts downward. It balances perfectly in the air, slowly descending like something out of a sci-fi movie. All this without losing speed or stealth. It can fly over Mach 1.6, that's over 1,200 miles per hour, and still stay under the radar. Literally, built to upgrade. You might be wondering, if it's already this advanced, won't it get outdated soon? Not really. The F-35 was built with upgrades in mind. Its software is constantly being updated, like downloading patches on your phone. Every year, it gets smarter. And because it's all digital, adding new weapons or systems is easier than on older jets. Plus, the US is working on newer versions under the Block 4 upgrade plan. This includes better sensors, longer-range missiles, and improved artificial intelligence. So, in a way, the F-35 keeps evolving with the times. It's not just built for today's battles. It's preparing for ones 10, 20, even 30 years in the future. Demand across world. Now, let's talk about the hype. Why are over a dozen countries investing billions into this aircraft? Simple. No one wants to be left behind. In military terms, having the F-35 gives a country an edge, not just in defense, but in influence. Owning F-35s means you're part of an elite group. It sends a message: we've got next-gen tech, don't mess with us. Countries like the UK, Italy, Australia, Japan, South Korea, and Israel are already flying them. Others like Finland, Switzerland, and Germany have placed orders. Even neutral countries are lining up. Why? Because having the F-35 isn't just about war, it's about national pride and political power. Higher cost. Let's be real, the F-35 isn't cheap. Each jet costs around $80 million, and that's not counting maintenance, training, and spare parts. The whole program is expected to cost over $1.7 trillion over its lifetime. So why are countries still buying it? Because there's nothing else like it. Other jets might be cheaper, but they can't match the F-35's combination of stealth, sensors, versatility, and communication. It's like buying a sports car, a luxury SUV, and a drone, all in one package. Over time, owning the F-35 can actually reduce costs by replacing several older aircraft and simplifying logistics. It's a long-term investment in power, security, and future tech. Battle-tested. Some people think the F-35 is just flashy tech without real battlefield experience, but that's not true. It's already seen action. Israel used it in combat missions in the Middle East, and it performed exactly as expected, silently entering hostile zones and completing strikes before anyone knew it was there. The US has also deployed it for missions in the Indo-Pacific and Eastern Europe as tensions rise. It's been used for deterrence, intelligence gathering, and power projection. And every time it flies, militaries learn something new. That feedback gets sent back to Lockheed Martin, the company behind the jet, to keep improving it. Made by nations. While Lockheed Martin is the main builder, the F-35 is actually a global project. Parts are made in countries like the UK, Italy, Canada, and even Turkey. Final assembly happens in the US, Italy, and Japan. This teamwork isn't just about economics, it's political. By involving many countries, the US makes sure allies have a stake in the jet. That means closer military ties, stronger alliances, and shared responsibility. It also means these countries aren't just buying a product, they're helping shape it. Early problems. Now, to be fair, the F-35 hasn't been a smooth ride from the start. When development began in the early 2000s, there were delays, software bugs, and cost overruns. People criticized it as being too ambitious, too complex, and too expensive. But over time, those problems got fixed. The jet matured, software updates stabilized, costs started coming down. And now, most of the original critics are silent. Today, the F-35 is flying successfully in over 15 countries, and it's becoming the backbone of the US and allied air forces. So, the F-35 isn't just another fighter jet. It's a revolution in how air combat works. It's stealthy, fast, and powerful. But more than that, it's smart. It gathers data, shares it, and helps other units work better. It's the central hub of modern warfare. It's high in demand because it gives countries a real edge, not just on the battlefield, but in the global power game. Whether you're fighting a war, preventing one, or just trying to stay relevant in a fast-changing world, having the F-35 on your side makes a big difference. So, next time you hear the name F-35, just know you're not hearing about just another jet. You're hearing about the future of air dominance. And that's why everyone wants one. And that's the story behind the F-35. Not just a fighter jet, but a masterpiece of modern warfare. It's fast, it's smart, and it's changing the way battles are fought around the world. Now, here's a question for you. If you had the chance to fly one mission in the F-35, where would you take it? Into a stealth strike or a high-speed dogfight? Drop your answer in the comments below. We'd love to hear your take. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss a deep dive into the world's most fascinating tech. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.